Well, hello everybody. How is it going? It's August 2nd, somehow, some way, and this is the RambleCast. We have no Corbin today. Corbin is MIA. Well, he's not that missing. We kind of know what's up. But yeah, he slacked on us. He's doing the lazy thing. Which who can blame him? It's a hot summer day and we should all be doing a little bit lazier stuff. With that, how's everyone doing? Welcome to Austin. See you in chat. Red the God. I'm not entirely sure I remember the name. Remind me. Or were you possibly going by a different name before? I'm not sure. Anyway. So, yeah. Was it an interesting week? No. This is. I swear it's been every week since Prime Day week. It has just been dead, like weirdly very low news. Arguably, one could say the Samsung event was technically big news. It's weird how the release of a bunch of phones, tablets, and I think that was it. It's weird how that can really be such a dead feeling week while technically something big happened. Also, hello Diablo. Good to have you here. Aliens indictment. Yeah, okay. Well, to be fair, we typically don't cover super political stuff on this show. But yeah, no, the indictment, holy crap. I don't even know what words to use, but it's great. There's some Tony the Tiger. It's great going on with this. Yeah, no, and to think it's one coming down this week, and then another one coming down in probably within the next month. Georgia. Not sure how much everyone's following that news, but a prosecutor in Georgia has basically said, yeah, they're ready to go. They've started scheduling dates for doing things. They're pretty much hyped and they've got their whole thing going. So, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be something. Let's see. And then the aliens thing. You know, the weird thing is I don't have much thought on that. It's 3 people mostly. Obviously there are more kind of leading into this story, but 3 people testifying. Only 2 so one of them didn't really reveal anything of much substance. One of them kind of said a few things. And he's actually, from what I kind of gathered, he seems to actually be the most, like, legitimately most credible. And then you've got the one who's doing the whole, like, I can't say anything publicly, but trust me, we have all the stuff. Like, it's crazy. And this guy's been kind of pushing his story for a while. Kind of, I'm not saying that he isn't credible. I'm saying it's tough to tell. So who knows? But to be fair, I'm also not watching it that closely. I think we've kind of burned out this topic to such an extent where too many people think aliens are living amongst us and they're doing all kinds of experiments and controlling us and blah blah blah. There's other people who are like, no, aliens are fake. I personally kind of land in the, like, statistically there has to be other stuff alive out there in the universe. That just math makes that make sense. But are there little green men hanging out around here, flying in on spaceships? I mean, the math is less supportive of this. I'm not saying it's impossible. I don't really have much of an opinion, but I'm just saying, like, statistically, I'm less inclined to bank on it. The SNL alien skit. I'm assuming you're talking about a recent one. I haven't seen it. Any of the recent stuff. Let's see. Anyway, so what do we get into? Trying to think. Oh, yeah, okay, well, so this isn't technically tech news, but Kate McKinnon one. I mean, to be fair, Kate McKinnon might be an alien herself. I look, just raising the question. You never know. Kind of feels that way. But no. Anyway, so very distantly politics related. I just wanted to highlight this because of the insanity of it. The WGA, the Writers Guild of America, and the AMPTP, which is basically it is effectively the studios. It's the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers, which is effectively like the studios that work with union writers. They're having their first meeting since the strike began. Now, if you're not paying close attention, you're probably sitting there going, it feels like that strike has been going for a little while now. Yeah, it has. It's been going for 3 months. This is the first time they're sitting down to have a talk in 3 freaking months. It lends a whole lot of evidence that when the studios, like some studio head, I don't know who, I don't remember, I didn't look it up in advance. Somebody said outright that their whole plan with the Writers Guild strike was basically to wait them out. You know, studios could sit there on a mountain of existing material or just not make anything for a while, and it would kind of be okay. They're not in dire straits. Whereas the writers, I mean, the idea was they're already not making enough money to live on. If they just starve them out for, you know, a month, 2 months, 3 months, eventually the writers would be forced to give in and negotiate on even possibly worse terms than they already were getting, just so they could get back to work. And yeah, it really kind of sounds like that's exactly what they're trying to do now. So yeah, not the best things happening here. That being said, go writers. Cheers, people. I hope the best for you. Because hey, one day maybe this will spread to other forms of writing that also deserve more equitable positions. Not like I'm not salty at all on this one, I swear. But yeah, anyway, so this is just kind of nuts. It's technically a small detail, but I think it's kind of interesting. And now, you know, we'll see, because I think this is also going to be kind of a strike that has less of a leg to stand on, as long as the actors are also striking. As soon as the actors circle back and acknowledge that they're like, yeah, we're done, we're signing a deal, all of a sudden the writers will become they'll have more power and leverage in this thing. But in the meantime, they're pretty much powerless as long as there aren't any actors either. Austin, they're just holding for ChatGPT 5. Yeah, sadly, that's probably true. Like, legitimately. Everybody knows that the studios are very keen on the idea of trying to use AI to write scripts, or at least to make changes to scripts to be able to do things without necessarily calling back writers. And yeah, that's a bad time. Just like the Actors Guild, or well, SAG-AFTRA. They are in that they're in that same position where the studios want to use their likenesses, their voices, everything. And I think that's going to turn into a really ugly fight. Not only not only because there are obviously some complications there, but how long? And I say this with a prediction coming. Or rather, I'll even make the prediction now. I think we're only a matter of maybe months or a year away from somebody making an entirely AI made movie. And by this, I mean, I think somebody will use AI to write the script. They will use possibly real actors that get deep faked, or maybe they could do AI generated, like fully AI generated, but I kind of don't think that's going to happen. Just a hunch. And then I think they're going to use, very seriously, similar voices to major actors. Imagine taking existing actors, feeding all of their voice data into some system, and then generating a voice that you similar but not so similar that it is crossing legal lines. Replicate everything you can about those actors and make an AI made movie. I think we're a year away from this, maybe less. And when it happens, I'm hoping that it's somebody doing it as like a like, world, you need to be afraid of this. Like, I'm hoping they're doing it as to make a statement. But I'm fully I'm fully prepared for the reality that it's likely going to be someone who's like, no, I think I can just make money on this. I can just copy whatever someone else does or is, or their personalities. I can shove it all into a movie. You're gonna get fake Snoop Dogg. You're gonna get fake Dwayne Johnson. You're gonna get fake name other actors and actresses. You're gonna get fake Angelina Jolie. Every one of these is going to be just different enough to not be open to a lawsuit, and that's it. You're gonna get the spoop do double G. You're going to get the Pebble, not the Rock, just the Pebble. You're going to get Farrah Croft. I don't know. I'm making crap up, but yeah, I think it's coming, and when it does, we'll see. Not to ride the AI train too much, but we're going right into more talks about that. Really quick though, Austin, the greatest movie since The Room. Oh boy, Tommy Wiseau. Can you imagine training an AI on Tommy Wiseau? It's a literal random number generator. Anyway, so today Google had an announcement, and of course I woke up. Wow, I woke up everything with that. Any other phones, devices? I guess today does sound like hey. Whoops. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, there was an announcement today from the Big G. So they are promising that their generative AI that appears during search is going to be, or rather already is, faster, and will start including things like photos and videos, and also dates. The NSA is active today. Anyway, so this isn't the most interesting thing, but I think it is significant because it's actually showing Google basically sort of raising the banner, saying, "Yep, our products are maturing. They're maybe not there yet, but they're getting better. They're getting good enough that you might want to use them, or feel better about using them." In case anybody hasn't actually activated this yet, let's see. What could we search? Trying to think of something searchable and interesting. Oh, I used it earlier. We're just gonna search for cutest kitties. I mean, who wouldn't? Anyway, for those who haven't activated the labs feature for this yet, this is what it looks like. You basically, first you open the page, it pops in with the search bar and all the stuff it used to pop in with, but then this generative AI experimental section, it pops in usually anywhere from a half second to about 2 to 3 seconds later, usually on the faster side, but you know, not instant. And it gives results. It usually comes up with its own interesting things to say. Sometimes it's helpful, sometimes it's not. Diablo, exactly. There is nothing but awe in this. I'm come on, how freaking adorable. That's ridiculous. I mean, come on. Who does not like instantly adoptable? Both of these. They would have a home without question. They're perfect. Let's see. You like the look of how it's color in between two white page sides? Yeah. Yeah, well, the color section is a little odd, but hey, it works. Anyway, so some of what they're doing, the results that come up in text are sometimes useful. A lot of times, like, I would say 1 out of 50 times I have actually found this section to be useful. Maybe 1 out of 30. I don't know. It's somewhere in that neighborhood. I do a lot of searching, and when I do, it's a lot of times I actually want the results. I still want the search results. I don't really want their generative AI response. Every once in a while I do want the response, and I kind of wish you could just turn it on and off more freely, or have it default to off and then let me just hit a button to get the response. Like, if I just want the summary, that's what I want. I don't want this thing popping up all the time, especially because if you've been using it, for anyone who's been using this, you notice it really likes to pop in the regular results first, and then like a second later, those go flying down the page, a lot of times right when I'm about to click on something or I'm starting to scroll the page, and it fills in this whole section up here. I don't want that part where it hops down the page. I hate that. It really, really irritates me. But I also don't want to turn the feature off, because I am trying it. I'm trying to see if it's good. Yeah, anyway, so it's an interesting feature. Anyway, so this is a perfect example of one of the things they announced today. They're going to now include photos or images and sometimes video when it makes sense for various things that they might be responding with. They mentioned yoga poses. I'm kind of curious, if I search for downward facing dog, will they give us a video of that? Nope. Well, they mentioned, I don't know the names of enough yoga poses, especially any that really It's yeah, Tai Chi. I wonder if maybe Tai Chi will give us a video. No, no, but it sure wants to show us where there are places we can go. That's an interesting twist. Anyway, so yeah, the results are obviously still strange. Tai Chi moves. How about, oops, not movies. See, now this is the experience I want. I want a button there that I can just hit generate when it's appropriate. Yeah. Still no video. Okay. Maybe video hasn't started rolling out. Diablo. Yeah, I don't know if they're giving YouTube preference or just picking a appropriate video from random places as long as it's embeddable. I don't know. There's, again, a lot of we'll see. The thing I noticed, though, with the announcement of this feature is it is really no different than what you already get. Like a YouTube search, or sorry, not YouTube, but a Google search for Tai Chi moves. Look at that. It already gives you videos. It gives you images. It gives you all of this stuff anyway. We didn't really need it in the generative AI. The thing I think is significant here is generative AI is evolving. It's advancing. It's gaining new responses, and that is the significance here. That's what actually matters. It's not that this is a new feature so much as it's a new feature for the thing that they're working on. When will this surpass Google search? We do not know. And I think that's probably going to be kind of our turning test for this. But yeah, who knows? The other new feature that they announced, and this one hasn't started rolling out. Believe me, I tried to find some way to get it to appear, but they are adding dates to the links that they attach to their results. So if you've been using this feature at all, this quote button that appears here at the end of certain sections, you can tap on it and it gives you a link to a page that it is basically where it kind of got this information from. Sometimes more than one link will be present. Sometimes it'll vary which site it goes to. Technically here's a situation of two links, though weirdly both to the same site. But yeah, anyway, they're going to start adding dates to this so that these things are, so it's easier to judge when some of this information comes out, if it's up to date or if you see a link that's really outdated and it's something that where timeliness matters. You can kind of decide for yourself whether or not the results are helpful. Again, they're not rolling this out yet. Or rather, it's supposed to roll out this week, I think. Something like that. So, we'll see. They're advancing this stuff. They're making it better. The other thing that was mentioned in Google's post about this, apparently they are also speeding up performance. Apparently they managed to cut the time to generate a response in half. Now, I personally don't feel like I've noticed this. And even if I did, I'm not sure how much I would care, because it's already pretty fast. What stands out to me is if they cut the generation time in half, chances are that means they also cut the cost in half. So that whole thing everyone talked about where every search or every so many searches were, it was costing OpenAI some amount of money. Figure whatever it was costing them, Google probably was eating that same kind of cost. Google just cut their cost in half, and that kind of makes a big difference. Damn it! Would you?
The mic's off.
Okay. Muted the mic. We're not even gonna say the company name very much more tonight, but muting the mic. It's problem solved. So yeah, anyway, these I think the big takeaway from this, the thing that makes it interesting is that yeah, those costs have been cut, and that's where it matters. Let's see. I also just realized, well, didn't just realize, but figured I should fix. Our internal tracker, I published a couple of articles today, and I need to move those to the publish column. Anyway, so, yeah, that happened. The other big AI topic that just emerged is apparently Google is also testing this with YouTube. More specifically, they're trying to summarize YouTube videos. This not a new concept. It's far from a new concept. But basically, they want to use AI to read through the transcript of the video, maybe even look at the images. They weren't too specific about this. And they want to summarize what is actually taking place in the videos. Now, as far as I'm aware, they didn't really give The Verge isn't giving an example of this, and I don't know that anyone has really seen an example of this yet. But the idea is, if you can see a very, very short summary of what a video is about, it might indicate to you whether or not you want to see the video, what it's actually about, so you can make a better decision. Because I think we've all had those instances where you go looking for videos on a subject, somebody put in a clickbait headline that implies that it's about the thing you're looking for, and then it turns out to not be about that at all, or it only casually mentions it, or whatever. And likewise, there are some YouTubers who frankly are terrible at titling, and you go looking for a thing, or you see their title for a thing, and your instant thought is, that's not what I'm looking for. I keep looking. Well, maybe what they needed was an AI to basically step in and say, no, this video is about how to fix a piano, or this video is about learning how to code in Angular, whatever. That's the kind of thing that you want to be able to see from a title, and a lot of titles just suck. So I'm thinking this could be really good, but as The Verge notes, and I love their take on this, this final comment here, quote, if they end up getting a wider rollout, it'll be interesting to see if the AI summaries impact how YouTube creators structure their videos. Every policy change and new feature introduced by the video platform can have wide-ranging effects on its content ecosystem as creators attempt to please its all-seeing yet obscure recommendation engine. Who knows what'll happen when creators have to make videos for both humans and Google's AI to understand. I completely agree with this, because like, YouTube is one of the most responsive and reactive platforms in the world. Every little change has these massive swings where all of a sudden you see YouTubers popping up going, oh, they changed how, well, for example, they changed how ads work on videos back when they made it so that ads started rotating every 10 minutes. So YouTubers almost immediately turned around and said, okay, everyone, your videos have to be like 11 minutes now. You can make them 10 minutes, 30 seconds, 10:45, but best choice, make it 11 minutes or longer. You don't need to go beyond that. And then as a result, tons and tons of YouTubers were like, nope, that makes sense. Get that second ad impression, and we make double the money on our videos. And they did. Like that was a change that happened in a big way. There was also the whole thing about introducing a, like, sort of not, it wasn't a shadow ban, it wasn't a demonetization, but basically kind of killing videos if it turned out that they had curse words anywhere in the first, I think it's 15 seconds. Instantly a ton of people got very, very antsy about what their first 15 to 60 seconds of a video entail, because they realized YouTube is going to start watching this stuff, and so they need the opening of the video to kind of be hyper advertiser and family friendly, and then the rest of the video can go wherever it's going to go. But they're being a lot more cautious about those first 15 to like 45 or 60 seconds. Diablo, I know a couple YouTubers who, as soon as that policy hit, they're like, "Yup, we're gonna wreck our advertiser friendliness on purpose." Which, by the way, I will just say this: if a channel for whatever reason can't be monetized, or maybe won't get to be monetized, let's say maybe they don't have the follower count, such as my own, and you know, I'm optimistic that I'll get that follower count sometime, but most people not so much. If they are in that position, or if they just make money from other things and don't care that much about ad revenue, then it kind of makes sense. They can actually just destroy ad revenue by opening a video that way. It's not off the table. I also realized I forgot to put out the Discord ping, so I will quickly do that because may as well. Though, to be fair, it is going to be a short one tonight, so warning to all people, it is going to be a short one tonight. But in fact, I believe it or not, I'm like halfway through my topics already. So if anyone has anything else they want to bring up, feel free. But yeah, probably going to keep this one pretty quick. In part also because it's over 90 degrees outside, which is weird because all the temperature gauges are saying, or all the digital temperatures are saying it's like mid to upper 80s. Meanwhile, all the actual thermometers are saying, nah, it's like 91. So, yeah, it's going to heat up in here pretty quick, or kind of already is. Hydration. Yay. So, let's see. The other thing, and I'm kind of, let's see, Google Sure has been sharing today lots of neat work, quality of life updates. Yeah, and I gotta say, like, I'm actually looking forward to this one, because there's so many videos that I've watched that, like, this is part of the reason, very seriously, this is one of the reasons why I don't use Google's recommendations, hardly ever. I mean, every once in a while I'll kind of look at them when a video ends, but I usually don't click on any. I just use my subscriptions. I go to the chronological, like, I'm trying to watch through all the channels I subscribe to chronologically, which means that I'm persistently like 7 months behind. I need to give up on a few things, or find more opportunities to watch without disrupting other stuff. Anyway, yeah, I really like the idea of this, because it would be fantastic to just know this particular video, it is what I actually want it to be. And the videos, actually, I'd even like to see what's in my subscriptions. Because some of the videos that come up in my subscriptions, almost all of them are pretty well behaved. Like, very, very few YouTubers I subscribe to are poorly behaved ever. But a couple of them have had their occasions, and it would be kind of nice to notice, oh, this particular one, it's really just like an ad for Vero, If anyone doesn't know, Vero is a wannabe Instagram clone that has not really taken off. Not appreciably so, at least. Or, you know, maybe their video is more of like a top 10 list rather than their normal content. And their top 10 list is really just an excuse to put affiliate links in their description. I can think of a couple of YouTubers who've done that sort of thing, and it's like, yeah, I'd rather just skip those videos. I don't really care what you're pitching. Sorry. So yeah, I'm hoping that this feature is actually good. I want it to be. And it's probably one of the smarter things that I think I've seen come up out of the AI, like, please summarize this thing for me features. Diablo mentioning Tunnel Bear link. Yeah. Fortunately, I don't think I've seen anyone pitching Tunnel Bear in a long time. That's been at least a year. I always see NordVPN. I'm so tired of NordVPN ads. I say this very sincerely. The excess of NordVPN advertising that I see has made it so I will not ever pay for Nord. At least not presently. Who knows? Someday in the future, can't say never. But yeah, I won't touch Nord now. I'm using one that I got for super cheap that gets the job done. And when the subscription time for that one comes up, I will unsubscribe again, like I did last time. I expect they will offer some ridiculous deal, so I may resubscribe. But if I don't, then I'm probably going to hop over to, I think Proton is the one that I had my eye on. Which, not that it matters, but maybe I should look into seeing if they have affiliate links or something. Because I wouldn't mind kind of doing a little bit of recommendation stuff for that. Not to the point of advertising, like hard advertising, but, you know, just, hey, I've been using this. I like it. If anyone else wants to, here's a link. But anyway, so yeah, this is my, that's pretty much my take on the YouTube AI thing. But transitioning to other video related stuff, and I know this isn't super newsy to most people. I think most people don't care, but I do have a couple of things I'm going to bring up about this. First off, I wrote this one. DJI today announced their Osmo Action 4. It's a action camera. It is honestly perhaps the worst product launch I think I've seen in ages, in the sense that they hyped up this camera release, and in truth, only two specs changed. They increased the camera sensor size, which in reality, this means in order to maintain the same field of view and some of the other stuff, that means that they obviously also changed the lenses, but they didn't talk anything about that. And I doubt there was any really interesting change. And they also made it waterproof to 2 meters deeper than before. It used to go to 16 meters, now it goes to 18 meters. That's it. That's the specs. It's not an exciting release in terms of that. But I combed through their press release because I'd already committed to writing this, and I came across something that was interesting to me, or I thought it was interesting, and I kind of wonder if this is maybe something that's worth calling out. And that is that apparently they have a GPS Bluetooth remote control. Now, specifically what this is this right here. It is basically a wristwatch kind of device. It just has a couple of buttons on it, the record button, tiny little screen, which that screen is like like old liquid crystal display kind of thing. It's not a it's not a remote viewing screen. Here's a little bit closer of what it looks like on the wrist. Wow, these images get so artifacted when they're like this. Oh, weird. What happened there? Why is my web browser? Oh, I know why. I was thinking, why are you guys seeing the shortcut bar up top? Not that I need to hide any of it, it just looks ugly. And there's nothing too interesting in it. Anyway. So imagine they could do a Wear OS app. Actually, yeah, they probably could. In fact, I can't really think of any reason they can't. And a Wear OS app would even have maybe the benefit of being able to stream the video too. I mean, they can do that already with the camera app, so it would make sense. But yeah, anyway, I thought this was kind of interesting for a completely different reason than, like, this isn't a big technological achievement. Putting GPS into a little watch like this, not a hard thing to do. And I'm presuming, even though their press release didn't really clarify exactly how this works, but I'm presuming what it does is it transmits GPS coordinates to the camera while the camera's recording. And I kicked around different use cases for this. Someone else suggested to me that the logic here might be, if you shot something, you might wonder where you were at, so you could trace it back to a map. I was thinking of something a little different. See, it's an action camera. These are action sports. One of the most common things to do with action sports is, to put it simply, go really fast. You know, you could be surfing, you could be, well, these are surfing related. A lot of action sports stuff that I've seen is like people getting into, like those super long downhill slides. Or, and I just have to bring this up and kind of cheating here, but one of probably my favorite TikTok video ever, the dude jumping over an island. Not sure how many people have seen this, but look at that. Literally kite surfing, and the guy jumps over a chunk of island. Like, that is insanity. Not only in the sense of it's really amazing and impressive, it's also literally insane because holy crap, imagine if he came down too early. That is a fast way to die. But how cool would it be to have GPS coordinates as you're flying over this thing, and you could auto-generate a map that shows your exact path over the island. Like, to me, that would be an incredibly cool thing to have. And it would be a really nice addition to videos. It would amp up the cool factor on videos if people can watch as like an animated map. Shows just how far inland he is as he's hopping over this thing. Anyway, so yeah, I thought this was a pretty neat idea, and I'm interested in it. I'm curious about what it could do. Now, with that said, I happen to have with me the Osmo Action 4. So the camera that they announced today, I am going to be reviewing it. You'll notice I've not even taken the sticker. Well, let's see. I guess I could hop over to this view. It's not super exciting to look at. It's an action camera. It looks exactly like every other action camera. I have not even removed the sticker from the front lens yet, so you know, they didn't send it with a ton of time in advance. So yeah, review could not happen on announcement day, but I will be working on it over the next 2 to 3 weeks, whenever it is. I haven't really figured out exactly what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'll be tinkering with that. So reviewing action cameras, it's a thing I seem to be doing now. I don't know how much longer I'll be doing it, but hopefully a while. And actually I was thinking about, and I might do this for next week, it has a webcam mode. So I'm not sure if you have to live stream only to YouTube or other services, or if you can use it as an actual webcam that's hooked into like OBS. I'm hoping for the latter, because I might, just for the hell of it, I might try using it as a webcam. So who knows? I might be streaming from this device next week, or maybe over the weekend. We'll see how it goes. The one catch is they tend to get warmer than regular webcams do. Like, you know, I can feel this webcam. It's got a tiny bit of heat coming off of it, but it's not much. It's nothing. So yeah, I'm a little curious how this will play out. Unfortunately, they did not send the GPS unit with this, so I can't actually test the thing that I think is probably the most interesting addition. So yeah, it is what it is. But hey, maybe in the future, DJI, if you'd like to send it, do so. Also notably, I don't get to keep this. It's going back, but you know, still thanks to DJI for sending it out for review purposes. Let's see. By my calculations, I can go into the island a few feet more, yeah. Yeah. If anything went wrong with that jump, man, that would be a brutal crash landing. So anyway, let's see. Oh, well, just in case anyone actually wants to see it, and I, you know, for the sake of being good content creator, here's a link to that TikTok video that I just had playing for a little bit. I swear I've seen it from other channels too, but yeah. In fact, I know I have. I saw it on either GoPro's or Insta360 channel. I'm sure of it. Nevertheless, really insane video. It's hard not to watch that. Like, I seriously a good 5, 6, 7 times in a row, just kind of staring at it and going, "This is real, right?" Okay, so, this really is going to be a short one. Unless somebody has other topics to throw in, this is kind of the last one, and it's occurring to me this is not going to be a long-lasting one either. But Elon Musk says he's going to go talk to Tim Cook about fixing the Apple tax. This guy. I mean, it's funny because occasionally he picks a battle like this one where I could get behind it. I think the Apple tax is too high. And the same could be said to Google, who actually does even less with the money that it takes from developers. However, Elon Musk is basically saying that the reason that they can't pay out as much to their creators on their scheme to basically pay back subscribers if they have a lot of followers and they produce a lot of content, he's basically saying that the reason we can't pay you out as much is because Apple takes too much money. Which is, I mean, it's an interesting way to frame it. Certainly technically true, but it's also kind of bogus because I think we all know that Twitter right now, and Elon Musk in particular, has no intention of ever actually paying out 100% to any of the creators, and eventually they're going to take a larger and larger cut because they want that green. Elon's going to get his paper. That's how this works. Or if he can get some paper, because right now that's not going to happen either. Nevertheless, he is now promised or claimed he's going to go to Apple and talk to Tim Cook about trying to get the Apple tax changed. How this change would play out is unclear. What he's going to push for is unclear. What I kind of have a feeling he's going to go for is very literally the hey, please don't charge Twitter or X if we are going to respect the rebranding. I just don't. I have a feeling he's not going to try to make an argument for the good of all developer kind. He's going to make an argument for the company. That's it. He's just trying to reduce the amount that is taken out of money that would otherwise go to Twitter or X or whatever. He's not actually trying to fight for anyone's real benefit. Yeah, Diablo, exactly. We gave you a pass on the one-letter app name. Yeah. I do wonder if he might push his luck a little too far. Hey, Carson, how's it going? So just a heads up, I'm actually I don't have a lot of topics. So if you have something, feel free to drop it into Discord or here in the YouTube chat. But I'm actually nearing an end, and it occurs to me that I actually did have one other small Twitter-related comment. We'll hit that one momentarily. But yeah, the Elon Musk suddenly taking on one of the worthwhile fights, while I don't think that this is actually altruistic or even like beneficial for him plus everybody else. I think he's only in this to try to benefit Twitter. But I will say, at least during this ridiculous roller coaster ride of Elon Musk doing everything wrong, occasionally the broken clock is right on this time of day, and he wants to push for Apple to reduce this fee. And that's something. Have I tried out the new Discord mobile redesign? No, I have not. I did see some not so generous comments about it, and yeah, my immediate I don't know. The thing is, it's hard for me to comment on until I play with it, which let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. What is Remix? Add text, drawings, emoji, and stickers to images when you upload them from the mobile app. Oh, okay. That's kind of useful, I guess. Creators cash in, and something about color together. Oh, it's a new activity. Got it. Let's see. Is there a way to activate it? Because right now this looks like, actually I'm sure this is the old UI. Does it require like an app update or something like that? Evidently not. Or if there is one, it has not come to my phone yet. So yeah, I don't know. I'll have to, I guess, tap on the emoji, then tap and hold on the pop-up. Okay. Tap and hold on the pop-up? Okay. Okay, got it. Jump into chat with friends and the new messages tab. Check the status of your friends and okay, this seems very friend focused. Enjoying more organized chatting with the new servers tab. Got it. Oh, ew. Wow. Yeah, instantly I hate it. Because I am so used to I'm used to the like dragging from the middle to access server pages. Um and using the Android back gesture, which I saw you guys talk about this. I wondered if this is what it was. But yeah, this is really, really cringy. It's so bad. Oh, wow. And yeah, swiping the other direction instead of taking you to the friends list or recreating the back gesture. This is a reply that I kind of like, because fast reply is way better than the long press and then hit reply. So I dig that. That's good. I don't know. I might be able to get used to this back gesture. We'll see. Having a full page dedicated to this is maybe to the channels is maybe a little weird. Not sure how I like that. But it's not terrible. It feels weird having a list of the people up at the, or multiple buttons for people up at the top, because like one of them, yeah, why is it showing me just Adam is playing Final Fantasy 16 and then there are 27 members? Like, why is it specifically highlighting Adam? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And then having the little server list down at the bottom. Some of this stuff I get. Some of it is maybe bad. Most of this stuff I kind of get. I'm just really, I feel a little put off by the fact that they're doing the back gesture style of thing. Yeah, finding channels is definitely not ideal. I can at least see, I can see the unreads. I wish that they made unread channels a little bit more visible than they are. Not that it's hard to discern. Like, I have an easy time telling the difference. There's the dot. The channel title is lighter color than the channels that are fully caught up. But I don't know. This feels not great. I want maybe like the text to be lighter, or I want maybe a background, something. It's just the dot feels like it's missing something. But it's not bad. I'm certainly not sold on this, but it's not as terrible as I think I probably would have thought it to be. And I also saw the bit about apparently the emoji that they choose for chat rooms is smarter. And yeah, that seems to be true. I'm getting a few things in here that, yeah, they're probably on the smarter side. It's pretty good finding them. Yeah, the fam channel, that one's looking a little weird. I wonder if I can let's see, can I edit channel? I wonder if I can change. Yeah, okay, I can change the emoji for that manually. Okay, so not sure that I want to put the red balloon on again, but that was that one worked well enough, so, or at least as a temporary thing, and that channel may be temporary anyway, to be fair. Dare I do that? No. Maybe not. Oh, actually that one could be good. Okay. There we go. It's a little gold ribbon. That's what it'll be until I can actually do the proper channel remake that I intend to do. Let's see. Discord loves to highlight when friends are playing games. Yeah, that's true. The custom back gesture is definitely very weird. Yeah, it feels wrong. Something about it is very, very, very awkward. Let's see. Needs more baking. Hopefully it does get better. Yeah. There are improvements to be made here. Funny thing is, I'm not sure how much change they're going to be open to rather than just fixing bugs. Because that just kind of seems like the thing. So this does raise an interesting question, though. Should I still have emoji in the names now that they have emoji on the channels? Because tagging a channel is not going to show that emoji if I take it out of the name. But it kind of makes sense to keep it in the name for tagging purposes. The rest of the time, though, like, it looks weird in a channel list because those emoji are just awkward. Carson, still miss the native Android app. Yeah, in general, I'm pretty much always going to prefer the Android apps or native apps. But it is what it is. Let's see. So yeah, I don't know. There's definite ways they could improve on this. I'm not sure what all of them would be, but there are ways to improve on this. Funny enough, actually, looking at this though, the last message on game streams reminded me of something else. It's not a big deal, just quickly mentioning it now. Carson, you're right. The desktop version doesn't have those channel icons yet anyway, so yeah, I'll definitely leave that stuff intact for now. And somewhere in the future it'll change. But we'll get to it when we get to it. Kind of, now that I think about it though, it seems actually, wow, really, now that I'm looking at it, it's funny how much it picked many of the same emoji that I have in the title. I wonder if it did that intelligently or if it was looking at the names and decided, oh, that's the most logical thing. Now, you guys can't see it, but a couple of the other channels that I have, one of them actually does have emoji on it, and the thing they picked is completely different than what I did. So I think they're still going just by the text. And they just kind of got very lucky on a few things. Or maybe if they can't understand the text, they look at what the emoji on there might be. I don't know. I mean, for the memes channel, they picked the crying cat, which there's no reason they would do that. I picked that, so yeah. They must be looking at the emoji and weighing that against what's in the text. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave the names as they are for now and then reevaluate once they roll this out everywhere. The Geek channel, in another server, they put a gaming controller. That makes sense. Which, speaking of, you mentioned a Geek channel. I'm pretty sure I'm going to change general into tech at some point in the very near future. And then maybe create a separate... Ooh. My Jerry-rigged chair situation just popped loose. Hold on one second. I'm not kidding when I say I'm actually holding this thing together with baling wire. That's actually 100% true. I'll have to take a picture of this thing at some point because it is such a ridiculous disaster. So to be fair, it would not have gone all the way back. What happened is, in order for me to keep the back in the position it's in, I actually have the baling wire in stream before falling. I actually have, so you know how chairs have that usually a twist knob on the bottom of them that's, what is that thing even for? I think it is to control like how much resistance there is on the lean back. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I think that's what that one's for. Anyway, I have, in order to keep the chair back at the level it's at, I'm pulling the baling wire over that giant knob, and it actually pulls it into a sort of decent sitting position. I still try not to put much weight on it, but you know, some goes on there. When it slips off of there, the back of the chair goes back a bit, and then the baling wire is just caught on like the bottom of the chair. So it's holding things in place, just not perfectly. Then the back of the chair goes back like, I don't know, 10 degrees or something. And yeah, if the baling wire wasn't here, the back of the chair would probably just go back pretty quickly. It would just go all the way back. And I would probably go flying off the back or something. Actually, I probably wouldn't go flying off the back, but it would be awkward. Yeah, like I said, I'll have to take pictures of this thing. This is ridiculous. Anyway, so let's see. Yeah, I think that's about the biggest stuff to note in the Discord changes, at least from what I saw. I really like that they added a quick reply feature. That to me is actually super good. Because I use replies fairly often. I actually don't use them as much in Mindspace, but I do use them quite a bit in a couple of other servers. Like, for example, and there probably should be an eye roll or two after mentioning this, but for example, I joined the DaVinci Resolve community. It is, or Discord server. It is an unofficial but almost official thing. Like Discord, or sorry, Blackmagic Studios, or sorry, Blackmagic Design, the name of the company. They're very aware of the server. They like the server, but they don't like, they're not putting any of their people in it to like be active. Anyway, I joined there, and their main channel is busy. It's pretty active. It's not like flying by at ridiculous speeds or anything, but it's pretty busy. And sometimes I lend a hand in there, just like giving advice, helping people with how to make a certain thing work or how to do a certain thing. I am far from being super skilled in DaVinci Resolve. However, one of the things I've found in life, if you're ever trying to learn a thing, the way to get better at it is to get yourself teaching that thing to somebody else. Like if you don't do a certain thing often enough to actually need to memorize how something works, you will never memorize how something works. I learned this lesson very well back when I first started tending bar. I was working one day a week on one of the dead nights, and honestly, like, the job on that night was basically just making a few non-alcoholic drinks and like washing dishes, or not really dishes, washing glasses and cleaning up the bar. And because of that, I didn't learn anything for like 2 months. Well, maybe not 2 months, 6 weeks, whatever. I was learning nothing. I couldn't memorize any drinks. I had to look everything up and remind myself of everything because I didn't do it often enough. And not that I applied this tactic then, but once I started working more nights, I started memorizing everything really, really fast. It all actually started sticking. Anyway, I found one of the tricks to getting good at a thing is teaching it to other people who know less than you do, because it will force your brain to think about how this thing works, and it will stick in your head much, much more. So, I mean, I already know a fair number of things about DaVinci Resolve, but there's, like, I'm not a professional editor, not even close. But in trying to teach other people, or kind of watching the channel when I have extra time and I'm, wouldn't be doing anything else anyway, sometimes sitting in there and answering other people's questions, like, why are they not getting sound when they start playing back a video? Why are they seeing a problem with this thing or that thing? Why does this not work the way they think it should? Like, being able to answer those questions, it makes you more aware of it. So yeah, if you ever really want to be really good at a thing, start teaching the thing, and in whatever way comes naturally, and you'll quickly gain skill in that thing. You'll get a lot better and a lot faster at it. Anyway, oh yeah, as a quick side note, from having looked at Discord, I'm sure some of you remember the whole thing about the Pixel Superfans referral thing that gave out the $100 coupon codes. Yeah, so mine has been sitting there forever. I know Austin has brought up several times when the end date is, but I'm still not really confident in that, just because it's not published in any of the places it should be. And I finally decided to actually spend it on something. David and I were talking about this during the game stream this last week or weekend. I went on to the Play Store and I picked up, it's funny because no one would use it for this except me. I was looking at different things that fit within the $100 price point, and I came across lighting strips. So they have Philips Hue, which I don't really want to get involved with them anyway. They have Nanoleaf. Both of these, by the way, are out of stock, so they weren't really options anyway. But they also have Sync by GE, and so I decided to order one of these. And it's RGB lighting. I'm not getting it so that I can decorate my room or house or anything. I'm getting it so that I can use it for photography purposes, because I need an RGB light, and this is going to serve that purpose. It is overpriced for what it is, but seeing as I had a $100 coupon to blow, spending $60 of that on this made more sense than most of the other places that I could have spent it, especially if I may or may not have had the option to use it on a Pixel later. So this is something I know I'll be able to use. I can use it now, and I probably should have ordered this ages ago. Anyway, that's a small update. And for anyone who's curious, the remaining $40 worth of credit I spent on buying a pair of USB-C to C cables, because You can never have too many. And trust me, it's not like I break these things, but I use them often enough that they tend to wear out and get less and less reliable. So I wanted more. Carson, am I going to shout at the Nest Tub to change color when taking photos? No. No, very much not. I will have the app open and I will change colors manually. Especially because I want to change... I'm going to probably want to do more precise color changes than just yelling out a color name. But we'll see. In all fairness, I have actually used the Nest Tub in the past to change the colors on the LifeX light that I have in the lamp that's actually just right next to me. Because I use that for a lot of... you'd be amazed how often I turn that lamp around and use it for photography. Yell out the hex code. Not joking. I wish I was kidding about this. I really do. I'm totally serious. I did think, I wonder if it's possible to yell out hex codes. I'm 1000% serious. I really did think about that. Because it sounds ridiculous. It should not be a thing, but at the same time, I just thought, you know, that's what I actually want to be able to do here. I want to be able to yell out a code and get that color. I don't want to yell it out by name. Let's see. Well, let's try. Sure, let's try this. I don't even... Okay. Gonna kind of have to do a couple experiments here. Okay, and... Let's see, can I hit this to activate it without saying the activation phrase? Really? I can't? That's dumb. Okay, I think I'm gonna just have to say the activation phrase. So I apologize to anyone who's listening to this. Sorry, this might trigger your stuff. Okay, first I'm just gonna test by name. Hey Google, change the lamp to red. Okay, and of course you can see that screwing with my green screen.
I don't know, but I found these results on search.
Okay. So, seeing as I just tried red, let's change this to, no, not blue. Let's try green. Yeah, we'll see if we can't fix the green screen by going back to green. Hey Google, change the lamp color to 00EC36.
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that. Here are other things you can...
Hey Google, change the lamp's color code to hex 00EC36.
Sorry, I don't
Nope,
know how to help with
does
that.
not work.
Here are other things you can try.
It was worth a shot. I mean, it really was worth a shot. Okay, now turn it back on. Color, let's remember if daylight was where it should have been, but that's what it's going to be on. So yeah, I think that's the only way that's going to work. That's a shame. It would honestly be really neat if it worked. That's really a shame. I would totally use that. Anyway, so I'll play with this. I'll be using it in some photos. I ordered it on the cheapest shipping possible, so it's not going to arrive until, ironically, tomorrow at on RambleCast Day. Or sorry, I mean next week RambleCast Day. Carson. Oh, those are the color codes that it'll respond to. Okay. So that's a decent list. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad. Wonder how he found it. Anyway, yeah, that's a fair list of colors. Not that I find a problem with this, but I do notice the standard colors are not actually here. So you don't have red, you don't have blue, you don't have green. They have their like more general or more specific color names. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah, okay. Well, that's cool. I will never remember this, but I will. But at the very least, I can guess and try at a few of these. What would be really funny is if you ask for a different color by name, and Google just automatically was like, "Oh, we don't have that color in our catalog, but we'll go out and find a site that tells us what that color is," and then it just figures it out for you. That would be a really neat thing. It should do that. Oops. Ah, damn. I hate when it does that. Okay. Go to site. That one is the AI assistant in the future. This site's better. Oh wow, LifeX color support even. Oh boy, that is a list. Holy crap, that is a list. Jeez. Well, and this one actually has red. Actually, it's important to note it also has Razzmatazz and Razzle Dazzle Rose. Exciting names here. Huh. Oh god. Sacramento State Green, which, may I point out, is a special kind of pukey green. Screamin' Green? What? I wish they'd ordered by hue and not alphabetically. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely needed. Oh yeah, School Bus Yellow. Wow. That's they've got some good ones in here. They've got some ugly ones in here, but they've got some good names. Oh my god, Slytherin Green. What? Someone had some fun with this list. I'm just telling you. Someone had some real fun with this list. I need to know. Hey Google, change the lamp to Slytherin Green. It worked. 100% worked. Changing back to daylight, but my chamber pot room. Wow. I think the most fun thing here. Oh no. Tickle Me Pink. Wow. I think the names are the most fun thing here. UT Orange, University of Tennessee colors. or color. That is somebody loves. Someone's pulling for that team. That's for sure. Unmellow yellow. Oh, this is a trip. Wild blue yonder. Unsupported Google Assistant light colors. Banana Mania. Burleywood. Jeez. Dark sea green. Fuzzy Wuzzy. At least it's bear colored. I'm down with that. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Moccasin. Oh, good old Rebecca Purple. Tiger's Eye. Timberwolf. Wow. How did the University of Tennessee get their colors in? They're not even the biggest U1 school. That's a great question. Diablo. Oh, my command got yours too. Hey, that's why I gave a warning. Oh, I swear I might go back through this list again in the future and just pick out the craziest names. And honestly, like, some part of me kind of mad. Yeah, why are there not other schools represented here? That Sacramento State might have been a thing. Oh, Oklahoma Crimson. Isn't there a team in Oklahoma that is Crimson, like famously Crimson? That might. Some of these I think are other team names. They just aren't necessarily calling out that they're university colors. That's OU. Okay. I don't know my teams at all, so but yeah. Oklahoma University. Well, yeah, that part I assumed, but yeah, I have no idea what their colors match up to. MSU green. Okay, Michigan State University. Yeah, okay, so they do have an assortment of colleges. But KSU purple, Kansas State. Okay, that's a color. Okay, Indiana University crimson. Yeah, that's who I was thinking of. I was thinking of Indiana, not Oklahoma, but yeah, okay, both pull crimson. You want to know who picks the colleges? I kind of do too. Oh, Harvard Crimson. They are all about the Crimsons. Everyone's Crimson. What the hell? Go Green. The Go Transit from Toronto. That's a choice. Somebody picked these and was like, we got some love. Oh, Dodger Blue. Okay, that one's a given. They had to do that. Dartmouth Green. See, now what makes me kind of annoyed, I'm gonna double check this in a second, but I don't see any West Coast teams. I'm just saying, Big G is even a West Coast company. Why are they pulling all the why are they pulling East Coast and flyover states? Get out of here with that stuff. That said, I don't see Texas mentioned anywhere in here. Though who knows where they might have. No University of Houston red. How dare. I know, right? Barbie pink. Had to be in here. Atomic Tangerine? What? That's not... Come on. For if you're gonna name something Atomic Tangerine, that needs to be like real high key stuff. It needs to be way brighter than that. That's toned down. Alabama Crimson. Everyone's crimson. Telling you. They had burnt orange. That, yeah, it's something. Okay. Have to try. Yeah, the word duck doesn't come up. No mention of Oregon at all. Yeah. They can't make any claims if they don't have the Oregon Ducks in here. They're just off limits. Like, really? Fandango? Why? Oh, that's a good one. Oh, good. Okay, Andrew Green is in here. That's something. They got that one right. Oh, wait. You know what's missing? Product red. iOS or Apple color missing. And I'm sure they wouldn't have iMac blue, because I would have seen that, or I think I would have spotted it. Imagine make my room Google colors. That'd be hilarious. Or it'd be kind of a trip if you could tell it to cycle through the Google colors. That'd be kind of neat. You know, just roll through a red, green, yellow, blue. That's missing something in that list. Red, green, yellow, blue. Oh no. Okay. They double up on two colors. Red and blue. Alright, so you had them right. Yeah, I want to know who's picking these. I want to know, because I object to them leaving out all the West Coast teams. You criminals. And what are you doing leaving out Texas? How dare you leave out Texas? What are you thinking? Somebody hates. Someone hates some teams. That's what this is about. But anyway, so yeah, I will be playing with a light strip come sometime next week. It will be prominently taking a role in my photography as I start doing more with color. Yeah, both of the biggest states. How dare? Yes, Oregon is now one of the big states. Let's see. So anyway, now thank you, Carson, for that incredible delay that has now taken up a inordinate amount of time. I actually appreciate that stretched this out sufficiently, so I can go into my last topic, presumably, and wrap up. And this is a small, well, pretty small thing, but Twitter Blue subscribers can now hide their blue checks. I'm going to just say two things about three. We'll see. We'll count as we go. Number one, I thought this was already a feature. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I thought that they introduced this like back within like a couple weeks or so of making people have blue check marks with their subscriptions. I thought you could hide this all the way back then. So have you just not been able to hide this whole time? Because that just is, I guess, pathetic. It seems like their developers should have been able to pull that one off pretty easily. It's a little weird they couldn't. Or didn't get to. My second thought, at this stage, I think anyone who didn't want to be seen with a blue check mark either left or unsubscribed already, And anyone who wants to be seen with it already, like, that's a thing. They already subscribe. They already want to be seen with it. At this stage, I don't think you're changing anyone's minds. And yes, the blue checks are getting harassed, and good. I hope that just never stops being a thing. Same on Facebook and Instagram. If people are paying for it, harass them. It's okay. They've thrown out their right to be unharassed. Let's see. Also, was there a third thought? There was a third thought, and I think I've lost it. I've lost many things. What am I talking about? Anyway, yes, exact. Shame. Ring the bell. But yeah, the Twitter blues situation is just, it's becoming more of a comedy act by the day. And at this stage, you got to wonder, is Elon sitting there like, oh, you know what? I think the reason people aren't subscribing to this is that they don't they're afraid of getting harassed, so let's give them the option. No, dude. People aren't subscribing for a lot of other reasons. But you never know. I don't know. Anyway, I like I said, I don't really have much more to say on this. I just really wanted to make fun of it and mock the fact that Twitter blue and the check mark is the sign of all that is lost with Twitter. So anyway, I expect I will be streaming this weekend. However, I should take a second quick look. Because it was looking like, yeah, this is a little concerning. It's the hottest days of this week are going to be Saturday and Sunday. This is predicting 92 and 93. Google's estimates have actually been a little on the low side for the last little bit, so I'm somewhat concerned that this could actually be more like 95-ish. If it does end up that, I'm probably not going to do game streams. So we'll see. Oregon weather is also notorious for changing, and as a result, you can never really know until the day it happens. So I may or may not be streaming this weekend, or I might. I don't want to make any promises about this, but I am toying with the idea of maybe doing early streams, like hop on in either the morning, which would still probably be like lunchtime or early afternoon to everybody else. But yeah, I'm kicking around maybe morning or earlier afternoon streams, just anything to beat the heat. And I know there have been calls to do night streams. I get the idea. It's tempting, but probably not practical to maintain or do more than once or twice. But we shall see. It could happen. Let's see. Because of multiple reviews that I'm working on. So I mentioned last week I'm working on the DJI Air 3. I now have the DJI Osmo Action 4. Both of those are getting reviewed. I am also going to be reviewing the is this the right one? Yeah, I think this is the right one. The JBL Tour Pro 2 wireless earbuds. These are, let's just pull up the images. These are earbuds that have a touchscreen. So I will be reviewing these as well. They have not arrived yet. I don't know exactly when they're going to get here. But I might do some photo shoot or edits episodes with some of the things that I'm reviewing. No specific commitments yet, but chances are I'll squeeze something like that in. Carson, am I planning on playing Overwatch soon? I have played it a little bit, not to the point that I would say that I'm good or even approaching good. I'm actually still pretty terrible at it. Because while I learn what the characters do, I haven't really learned their strategies yet. That being said, I don't know exactly when, but I'm going to start slipping some Overwatch sessions into probably some of the weekend streams or something. I haven't really figured that out yet, because there is a reasonably active Fall Guys following on the channel. Well, semi-active. But yeah, adding some Overwatch would probably be a good addition. So I haven't figured out when I'm going to start slipping that in, but yeah, I think that'll be making it into the rotation. Somehow, some way. So yeah, that is upcoming plans. And then, well, I would look up next week's weather predictions, but it's Oregon. Our weather is not going to be that consistent. That whatever prediction they have is going to be that accurate. I think it's safe to assume it's going to be over 80. I cannot make any estimates other than that. And frankly, our meteorological people, they're no better at guessing than I am. They throw out a number. It may or may not be right. It's usually not right. They're in a ballpark. A ballpark, one of them. Not necessarily the right one. Anyway, I have run out of ramble. I'm out of the ramble. I do not have ramble remaining. We all know that's not true. But yeah. So anyway, thank you guys for coming by, hanging out, joining me for a stream, letting me talk your ear off. So yeah, again, hopefully coming back this weekend, but maybe not. We'll see. I appreciate that you guys have been hanging out, chatting with me this whole time. Thank you for sitting with me while I read off color names, because I mean, nothing more exciting on YouTube than that. Nothing, literally nothing. When the AI overlords come through and summarize this video, you know that they are going to come by just to talk about, or they're going to highlight the fact that all the schools use crimson. That is what this video is going to be known for, is the fact that I pointed out how many schools use crimson as their colors. It'll be an epic summary, truly. But anyway, with that, thank you guys for coming by. Thank you for supporting the channel in the ways that you have and do. Certainly many thanks to the Patreon subscribers and those who tip. If anyone listening would like to help, or even those who aren't listening, if you just came to the video and just found the description and were like, this is a nice description, I'm going to support the channel because I like the description. There are links down below to Streamlabs, Cash App, and Patreon where, things can happen. They help the channel. But with that, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the Discord later. Good night, everybody.